Growing up in San Francisco, just being in a very multicultural and innovative environment was a really cool experience for me. Being in the city and then going to school when I did, I always felt like I was up for new experiences, always ready to try things. I went to college at the University of California, Davis as a science major, and medicine at the time definitely seemed like it was something that I was interested in pursuing. I completed 1 year approximately of medical school my first year, and then I had ultimately decided that the career path wasn't for me. So I zeroed in on what I loved about medicine, why I initially pursued it in the first place, and doubled down on that. So I loved primarily the physician-patient relationship. That's what I ultimately cared about. And then I completed a master's program from Regent University in Virginia Beach in counseling. I had initially worked on campus beforehand as a graduate assistant in the campus career services office, working with both undergraduate and graduate students. And so once I had completed my master's, I had determined for myself that psychotherapy, though it has its benefits, wasn't something that I ultimately wanted to do, which was fine. But I found something different where working in career services as a career coach or counselor still was very satisfying to me, being able to use the counseling skills and knowledge that I gained. After graduating, I ultimately ended up moving to Ohio for my wife's job initially. And then I started working at the University of Cincinnati, where I ultimately got my job working for the business school, doing career services for undergraduate business students. COVID made things different for all of us, including myself, where I started working remotely. And that changed my lifestyle, where I suddenly realized I had more time to be able to pursue remote learning, but also because the job market was so uncertain. I didn't know whether I was going to keep my job that very summer and whether I was going to be laid off, furloughed, or something different altogether. Part of my proactiveness was trying to kind of get my own professional brand together, upskill in particular areas that I knew that companies, no matter where I went, would be interested in. And so I felt that Udacity offered that opportunity for me. They had given an initial promotion during COVID to help support displaced workers or underemployed or any kind of professional who was impacted by COVID. I was thankful that Udacity had offered that, so I was able to complete 2 nano degrees, one in digital marketing and the other in business analytics. It was something where regardless of where I would end up, I knew it was going to be a win to either have the skill to apply to enhance myself professionally, and or it might be able to lead me to a completely different career that this could be a stepping stone towards. I was able to follow along with the instructor, type things as I go, change things as I go, set up the very same features and settings, and being able to see for myself how all of that worked. So ultimately the hands-on skills were what I really took away from Udacity. Those projects combined with my digital marketing portfolio and the previous nano degree really was what I ultimately accomplished and was able to even show to others professionally that I'm not just saying I know these skills, here's how I've actually applied these skills, and you can see for yourself the evidence of my work. After I completed my Udacity nano degrees, I started to immediately apply those skills to my very job to try to take on some new projects, as well as pursue a little bit of freelancing on the side to be able to continue to hone those skills that I felt that I was given a good foundation in from the nano degrees, and really start stretching it to a point where it was beyond just proficient and familiar. It was something that I really knew inside and out. I definitely strongly encourage students to experiment boldly. So having that credibility for myself where I say, hey, I'm working in a business school, but look at me, I was a science major in college. And that didn't stop me from being able to still find a meaningful type of employment and being able to work and impact people's lives. Don't be too overly cautious. Let yourself be a bit adventurous and try something on. And who knows, it might actually end up being a completely different career that you never realized you were interested in until you tried it.